Hi, class. This is for identifying parts of speech 3 practice. I am going to go over the lessons so that you can understand them. Sometimes I try to reword things. So, what you are focusing on in part 1, identifying adjectives, identifying adverbs, and then identifying conjunctions and recognizing prepositional phrases as fragments. So if you notice, there are 20 rectangles. So what I would do, because it's due Friday, I would focus on four to five a day. So this is what I would do. I would do 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I would get that section knocked out today, and I'm giving you time in class to work on it. And then on Tuesday, I would do identifying adverbs 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then on Wednesday, I would do identifying conjunctions 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe 4 a day. No, there's more. That's right. So then on Thursday, I would focus on this section. So for each day this week, that's what you should do, is focus on, each section. But a lot of this is a review for you, because a lot of you already know. You're like, I know what an adjective is. That's like second grade. But here's a review. Adjectives describe nouns. They usually tell what kind, which one, or how many. So the example, the ugly cat hissed at me. Other examples, here's, in, I believe that's orangey yellow. Those are the adjectives. So the lizard crawled on the red rocks. Red modifies rocks. The chair's leather arms look comfortable. Leather's the adjective. Noah is happy to be outside today. So happy is the adjective. Noah is the noun that it's modified. After his journey, the astronaut looked extremely tired. Tired is the adjective, and it is describing the astronaut. So know the relationships between nouns and adjectives. So which word is being modified by the adjective? That should be fairly easy. You can do that like in 5 minutes. You should. Put your phones away and then you could do it. Identifying adjectives before nouns. So, such as Elia, I think, told a hilarious joke. So hilarious is the adjective that modifies joke, which is the noun. They usually come before the nouns that they describe. Sometimes they don't, but most of the time they do. These are, they come before. So Camilla is wearing orange shoes. Jake met a tiny green alien. Tiny and green both describe alien. Italian food is Logan's favorite. Italian describes food. Actually, if I was, watching the X-Files, Mulder would say tiny gray alien, but that's off topic. Identifying proper adjectives. So we know that adjectives describe nouns. Proper adjectives are adjectives that we capitalize because they are specific, such as Carter loves Italian food. Well, Italian is a proper word, so we do need to capitalize it because Italy is a name, so we would capitalize the I in Italy. Jackie studies Russian literature. We would capitalize the R in Russian because it derives from the word Russia, which is a country. It's the name of the country. Zoe owns Brazilian sneakers. So, of course, Brazilian derives from Brazil. So that's a country. It's a name of a country. So we're going to capitalize the B in Brazilian. So make sure that you do capitalize the first letter of any proper adjectives. And here's the example of proper nouns, just as a review. Giovanni's suit is from Australia. But if you turn that into an adjective, it'll look like this. Giovanni owns an Australian suit. Okay. Going on to identifying adjectives before and after nouns. So sometimes they come before, sometimes they come after. That's before. There's the proper adjectives. Okay, so sometimes we have linking verbs that connect the nouns to the adjectives. Adjectives describe nouns. Remember, they usually tell us what kind, which one, and how many. So you have linking verbs, and linking verbs are the verbs in these sentences right here. So is, feels, seems. So we have Michael is excited. Excited is the adjective, which is describing Michael. Aiden feels very nervous. There's the linking verb. Nervous is the adjective, and it's describing Aiden because it's linking to Aiden. My tarantula seems upset. Upset is the adjective, and that's linked to tarantula. All right. Identifying tricky adjectives right here. Let's see. We know that. So Jack won chess match. Okay, so when nouns are used to describe other nouns, they become adjectives. Such as Jack won the chess match. The chess describes match because it becomes an adjective, even though it looks like it is a noun, but it is describing another noun. Another one would be Alessio or Alicio likes video games. So video could be a noun, but it's used as an adjective in the sentence because it is describing what type of game. Same thing as this one. Lily enjoyed the orange juice. So orange is actually the adjective for the word or noun juice. When nouns are used on their own, they're still nouns though. So Ariana loves playing chess. That is still a noun because it's not describing anything. All right. So sometimes you have numbers. Numbers are adjectives, usually. James has 6 pretzels. 6 is the adjective. Janaya wants 4 puppies. 4 is the adjective. Isabella owns 13 guitars. 13, adjective. Identifying proper adjectives, right here. Just like, you would want to capitalize the correct, person or the name of a place, such as anything like that. So Ryan went to the Sunday picnic. So Sunday is usually capitalized. So we're going to still capitalize it, even though it's an adjective or uses an adjective in the sentence. Andrew loves my Nike jersey. Nike is a brand name, so we are going to capitalize the first letter. Louisa enjoys July sunshine. So July is, usually capitalized. So we are going to capitalize it there as an adjective as well. But when proper nouns are used on their own, they're still nouns. So you're going to still capitalize it. Identifying demonstrative adjectives or demonstrative adjectives. It doesn't matter really how you pronounce it. I've heard it both ways by different scholars. Demonstrative adjectives are this, that, those, and these. Point out specific nouns. So those are adjectives. Lucas wants that slice of pie. Jesper found those rocks. Maria built these houses. So notice that these, that, those, and these are all adjectives describing the following noun. So here's the list of the most common demonstrative adjectives. This, that, these, those. Identifying possessive adjectives. So this is usually like a pronoun. Possessive adjectives tell us who or what a noun belongs to. Examples: Andy borrowed my backpack. My is the adjective. Chloe found her cookie. Her describes cookie. Harper carried his boxes. His is the adjective that describes boxes. Be careful not to mix possessive adjectives with pronouns, though. So Abigail grabbed her sneakers. Her is the adjective describing sneakers. But we also have this sentence. I can't tell if that's her. Her is just a pronoun. It's not describing anything. It's not used as an adjective in that sentence. Here are your most common possessive pronouns: my, your, his, her, their, and our. Then we have identifying possessive adjectives. Possessive adjectives tell us who or what the noun belongs to. There's a little bit more. So, I pet the teacher's cat. So, this is someone's cat. We are going to put the apostrophe S, but that is known as an adjective. Ella's cookies are the best. Ella's is the adjective. The dog chased its tail. So we're having its as the adjective. All right, and there's a checkpoint, which is a review of everything. It's kind of like a little quiz, kind of. Let's scroll down to part 2, identifying adverbs. What does the adverb describe? An adjective is a word that describes a person, place, thing, or idea. Again, adverbs can describe adjectives and tell us to what degree. These adverbs are called intensifiers. So we're kind of looking at the verb and how the verb is in the sentence. So let's look at the example. The deer is very happy today. So this word, the adverb, is describing the adjective in the sentence. It could describe the adjective or it could describe a verb. Intensifiers most often fall right before the adjective they describe. So Elijah is extremely excited. So the adverb, and then the adjective. James' shoes are kind of smelly. If you notice, kind of is an adverb phrase that is describing the adjective smelly. Here are some examples of adverbs of degree. So incredibly, somewhat, quite, kind of, pretty, less, absolutely, a little, rather, and fairly. The relationship between verbs and adverbs. Okay, so a verb is an action word that tells us what someone or something does. An adverb tells us how, when, or where verbs happen. Example: yesterday, Naomi played with her new Xbox. So adverb is telling when Naomi played. Adverbs can describe verbs from many different places in a sentence. So adverbs can probably go almost anywhere. Luke finished his painting today. So it's telling when he finished, modifying the verb. Outside, Lucia saw a monster. Well, she saw it outside. Mike draws cartoons regularly. So he draws regularly. Okay. The relationship between verbs and adverbs again. So adverbs tell us how, when, and where verbs happen. Ethan sleepily changed into his pajamas. So that's how he changed into his pajamas. Adverbs can describe verbs from many different places in a sentence. So Ethan changed sleepily into his pajamas. Ethan changed to his pajamas sleepily, and sleepily Ethan changed to his pajamas. So that's an example of how you can put adverbs almost anywhere in the sentence. So which adverb describes the verb or adjective? That's the next one. So click the three dots and go to the lesson. Adverbs can describe adjectives and tell us to what degree. An adjective is a word that describes a person, place, thing, or idea. Examples: the deer is very happy today. Elijah is extremely excited. James' shoes are really smelly. Examples of adverbs of degree, I think I've already read those. Identifying adverbs. Here we have, again, a review. Adverbs tell us how, when, or where a verb happens. So examples: yesterday Naomi played with her Xbox. I've already read those. Adverbs can describe verbs from many different places in a sentence, and I went over that before. Adverbs tell us how, when, or where verbs happen. A verb is an action that tells us what someone or something does. So I've read that example before. Adverbs that tell us how something happens usually end in ly. So if you're like, I'm not really sure, try to find the word with the ly, and that would be an adverb, most likely. Olivia's screaming loudly. So loudly describes how she was screaming. Noah kindly thanked the waiter. So he thanked her or him kindly. Kindly would be then the adverb. And I think I went over that. It can go any place in the sentence almost. So identifying adverbs of time and place and manner. Here's the lesson. Adverbs tell us how, when, or where verbs happen. A verb is an action word that tells us what someone or something does. Ethan sleepily changed into his pajamas. So know what the nouns are, know what the adverb is, and know where the verb is. Adverbs that tell us how something happened usually end in ly. Olivia is screaming loudly. Noah kindly thanked the waiter. Adverbs can describe verbs from many places in the sentence. Again, identifying adverbs. Adverbs tell us how, when, or where verbs happen. Again, and I know there's a lot. Oh, so here's a different one. Yesterday, Jacob played with his new Xbox. Oh, it's a different person. But know that these are nouns. New is an adjective. Verb is the verb. Played is the verb, and then yesterday is the adverb. Luke finished his painting today. Outside, Dave saw a monster. Mike draws cartoon regularly. Okay. Now I'm going to identifying adverbs of degree and conjunction. Hopefully I do this quickly. So this is a review of how the adverbs connect with the adjectives. That's to the degree. Identifying conjunctive adverbs, though. These are the ones that link to complete sentences, such as Benjamin painted the fence. Meanwhile, I made lemonade. Toby forgot it was Halloween. Therefore, his teacher's mask confused him. Serenity wants to go to Disneyland. Tickets, however, are sold out today. The examples of conjunctive adverbs are indeed, instead, although, nevertheless, still, likewise, besides, and thus. So this is the end of part 1, and I will do a part 2.